Well, hi, everybody, and welcome into the Brownwood Lions Coaches Show on a Wednesday. Boy, don't we look, check that out right there.
I knew there was going to be a surprise. Someone had a good shot.
That's the tail end of one of my putts as it sinks into the cup right there. Was that taken at the local putt-putt course, Star?
Wish.
Oh, man. Welcome in for those listening on the radio. Tune into the video to see what we're talking about as we welcome you to the Brownwood Lions Coaches Show. Head coach, athletic director, Sammy Burnett. Special guest, David Jones, we're going to visit with. You know, in the intro, the first scene we see is the Lampasas football game. Of course, we saw Lampasas come to town last night in baseball, and we took care of business, did we not?
Yeah, and I don't, I've had discussions before the game with you and everybody and who we thought was going to start on the bump for Lampasas, and had an opportunity to talk with Ace's dad last night. He always very cordial gentleman. I talked to him multiple times, and we talked about that specifically. He came in the ball game when Brownwood's winning 13-10 because in the fifth, because they had an opportunity to get back in that game. Now, if we'd have kept the score 9-2 or 10-3 or 10-4 like it was, he would never came in. But as I spoke with his father, I don't understand the thought process behind the coach. But why you don't start that young man after what I saw, I don't understand. But talking to his father, the coach felt like Stephenville was a better opponent. And I'm like, well, he's fixing to learn the lesson because you don't bypass someone to get to someone else.
I agree.
Brownwood sits the top of the district at 2-0, and kids played extremely well, not taking anything away from them. But after watching them pitch for 3 innings, it'd have been difficult to score 13 runs.
Oh, yeah.
Against him.
You know, we were in the press box watching his curveball. He's got one of the nastiest sliders for a high school kid I've ever seen. I mean,
when he came in, he faced the top of our order, and the first 2 were left-handed. So, I thought, Owen Hunsinger had some good cuts against him, but once he gets ahead of the count, he's pretty difficult to face. But like I said, our kids played well. At times, I didn't think we brought our A game. Talking to Coach Harris, we didn't bring our A game. I thought Hunter Day battled on the mound, but didn't have his good stuff. He was struggling to find his strike zone and being consistent with his accuracy, but he worked through it and did the best he can. And Atticus came in and did the same thing, and our kids fought hard and got a victory. But yet I'm ready to see them play a complete ball game and play at their full potential. A lot of times we're giving runs up because of just mental mistakes or throwing errors, things like that.
Yeah, we had 6 errors in the game last night. I know he wants to clean that up. And hey, the freshman Gavin Brandstetter came in and shut him down.
He did.
Great job.
Yeah, did a good job. I sat right behind the plate, of course, just below you, and was watching his location. I thought he did a good job of hitting his spots, and I thought he did a good job of keeping them off balance.
So that's why Ace did not start. They were saving him for Stephenville.
Like I said, I got to speak with his dad for several innings, and he asked me about Stephenville and what I thought, and I said, I haven't seen them, but from what I understand, we're pretty equally yoked. Us, Lampasas, Gatesville, Stephenville. Gatesville got beat by Glenrose last night, I think, by a run, 4-3.
No, Stephenville beat Glenrose 4-3.
Sorry, that was
Stephenville.
After, yeah. So who knows? But like I said, when I was talking to him, I said we were shocked when I got there and realized his son wasn't pitching. But why would you be a 1-0 team against a 1-0 team and save your horse for someone else? That sort of came back to bite them.
Boy, it really did. And Gatesville got a non-district win last night. We go to Gatesville on Friday. They're a good team. 0-1 in district, but 8-5 on the season.
Yep.
So pretty good.
And they played a close ball game with Lampasas when Whitehead was on the mound. So
yeah. All right, so that'll be Friday at 7:00. Sorry, I didn't.
But congratulations! Like I said, I don't want to sound negative towards our baseball team. Our kids played well, but I still see a lot of potential in them. And once they start clicking and playing at a higher percentage of their potential, instead of about 60% potential, if they're playing 90% potential, you're going to see a lot better baseball team.
I really like our hitting, though.
I do too.
Man.
I like the way we're putting the ball in play from top to bottom. We've been in situations where we have the leadoffs on, and you look up and you're down in the bottom of your order, but we're finding those timely hits for the most part, and we're picking up a lot of runs with two outs, and that's a big deal. It still takes 3 outs to get out of an inning, and you sort of forget, we got 2 outs, it's over. It's not, but we're picking up some runs with 2 outs, so that's a good thing.
Brownwood baseball's come a long way since Camp Bowie when we started it.
That's how old we are. People are going, what's Camp Bowie? Kent Bowie is now the Centex Soccer's.
Oh, man. Before we get to golf, that's why David Jones is here, talking some boys golf. Anything else happen? What's going on today? What's on your schedule?
Got this. I like Coach Blazik, as you know. She's a fire plug. Got to speak with her about Liberty Hill. You know, Liberty Hill has a great tennis program. They went into it with an exhibition style mentality. She switched up some of her doubles people and who she would match up against who, just to give a different look and see how they work together as a team and some of that stuff. She was encouraged, said that she thought their kids played well for what they were trying to do, and really performed a lot better against Liberty Hill than they did previously. So that was encouraging, but she just took it as an opportunity to mix it up a little bit to see if they got the right people on the bus in the right seat. So that was neat listening to her with that. And then, of course, I'll let David speak about golf.
All right. Go ahead and let's look at the schedule for the rest of the week, if you don't
sir.
mind, Coach.
Yes, sir, Carl Wayne. We got softball at Alvarado today. They're going. JV plays at 4:30 in the varsity at 6, and that's Alvarado, or however you said that.
Yes,
Alvarado.
sir.
We got soccer at home against Stephenville. The varsity girls will play at 5. The boys will play at 7. Baseball at Gatesville, 7 o'clock varsity start. Softball will play at home against Abilene Cooper at 4:30 and 6 o'clock. We got Jaslyn Jones heading to Corpus Christi for the state powerlifting meet on Friday and Saturday. And, of course, we're going to the Possum Kingdom Relays in Graham on Saturday as well. So end of the weeks are always busy for us. Thursdays and Fridays and Saturdays, we're getting after it. So a lot of things going on.
You know, Lady Lions at Alvarado, I hate to do this, guarantee a Lady Lions win tonight. They need a win. I think they'll get a win at Alvarado, give them a little confidence before they start this streak next Tuesday.
Well, I was messing with some of those girls last night at the game, and they're good. You know, they're a good group. They hang around together. They got good chemistry. They smiling. They're going to be just fine.
Oh, they will be. All right, man. Some great stuff going on the rest of the week, and as you said, soccer, big match for the girls at
Big
Stephenville.
match.
Man, let's see if we can take down the Honeybees at their place on Friday. And, of course, the boys
No,
back
that
in
will be
action.
at our place on Friday.
Oh, it is at
That'll
our
be
place.
At Gordonwood.
Oh, that's at
Stadium.
Gordonwood. And the boys will follow. Of course, they had to miss their last game, but they'll be back in action.
Yeah, and Coach Brian Clark is filling in for Coach Swansea, who's in quarantine. So Coach Clark used to be the assistant coach, and he does a great job with kids. So I'm excited to see him get out there and compete.
All right. Man, looking forward to the rest of the week. David Jones, boys golf coach, is here, among other things. And, of course, y'all went to Gatesville yesterday. Had a pretty good showing out there, Coach.
We did. We all of our district teams were there, and of course we got second. Gatesville edged us out by 4 strokes, and I think that every tournament that we've been to this year, Gatesville's been there, and you know, I think we beat them 3 times. I think they beat us twice or something like that. So it's a battle. They've got a really good golf program, and Stephenville played extremely well. They've played well all year. They got Grayson Trawick back from basketball, and he's been a big shot in the arm for those guys. So the district race is shaping up to be a really, really tight race, and one of our district rounds is at Gatesville, so we got to see that course yesterday, and it gave us a little preview of what it's going to be like. I've never seen the course until yesterday, and I'd say it's a quirky course. It's got out of bounds all over the place, and our guys aren't real familiar with it. Of course, it's Gatesville's home course, and so you know, we played well. We hit the ball out of bounds. I think we counted last night that we hit the ball out of bounds 8 times, which is a lot of strokes.
Yeah.
There's out of bounds on virtually every hole. And so, you know, I'm glad we played well. We could have played a lot better. I'm glad we saw the course before we get to the district round that's going to be there. And I'm just real proud of our kids and the way that they've performed this year. You know, we've got a couple seniors, we've got 2 freshmen on the varsity team, and we've got a sophomore. So we've got some experience there. We've got a little bit of inexperience. Those 2 freshmen are both extremely talented.
Yeah.
Sir Jones and Justin Reagan. Slade Espinosa being the sophomore, and Slade played for our varsity last year, and then of course John Munson and Ian Harris are our 2 seniors, and they've played a lot of golf for us. I was thinking about it this morning that Ian Harris, this is my 3rd season to be the head golf coach. he's played every tournament, so he's got a lot of rounds under his belt. John is a relatively new golfer who has progressed tremendously.
Oh yeah.
His big brother Jay was playing for us, and John just kind of showed up one day and really didn't know how to play golf, And I thought, well, this is going to be a waste of time. This guy's never picked up a club.
Right.
And over time, he's become one of the elite golfers in our district.
Oh, he's taken off 30, 35 strokes off his game in about a year and a half.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
It just speaks to his dedication.
Yeah.
He works and works and works, and he is. He's got one of the best swings in the district.
How about that?
Yeah.
Well, you shot 318, 4 strokes behind Gatesville as a team, but I noticed third place was like 20-something strokes behind you guys.
Well, yeah, it's we equaled our season best yesterday, 318, and my deal is I think we're getting ready to break out and go well below that. It's our kids are playing really well. I think we're peaking at the right time, and
Yeah.
Guys are starting to understand how to get the ball around the course and how to attack it, and you gotta be strategic on a lot of these courses, and our guys are starting to figure that out, and we're learning how to score, and I think our best is yet to come. And of course, when you're talking about peaking, you want it to be that district round, and so
Right.
we're going to play this coming Tuesday, a week from yesterday. We'll play at Glen Rose, and then we start district. We have 2 rounds of district golf. Our first round will be at Glen Rose, and then we'll go and play another round at Gatesville.
Oh, wow.
So our tournament here Tuesday is at Glen Rose, and it'll be the 3rd time we've played Glen Rose this year,
Right.
which is great. Our guys have a great sense of familiarity with that course, and so I feel real good about our chances going into district.
Of course, you mentioned your 2 freshmen, Hudson a 77 and Sir Jones a 78. Not too bad for a couple of freshmen right there. That's some good shooting.
They've played a lot of golf in their life, and a lot of tournament golf in their life. And Hudson 77 yesterday was his best round of the year. And Sir is pretty consistent with he's going to shoot 78. I think he shot 74 a couple weeks ago, and he has the chance to go low anytime he tees it up. But I was really proud to see Hudson come through with a nice round this late in the season.
All right, I'm excited about the boys golf team again at Glen Rose next. What day is that?
Tuesday, and then the following 2 Mondays will be our district rounds.
All right, so you have one more non-district little meet before the district meet.
Correct.
2 rounds at Glen Rose and then Gatesville.
Correct.
Man, I feel like we're going to do well, and man, congratulations on a good showing yesterday. Anything else on the golf team?
No, just like I said, extremely proud. We've got 2 girls that are on our team, and Peyton Stewart and Haley Martindale, and those girls put in a lot of time and effort, and they're coached by Chris Hicks, who's new to our program this year, and he's a great teacher and a really good golfer, and spends a lot of quality time with those 2 girls. They have to go to tournaments as medalists, basically. We need to, if you're out there listening and you're a girls golfer, we need some girls golfers to come out and get involved with our program, because I know they're out there, and we need to field a full team and get our girls program in a little better shape.
Well, will their district meet be same in this format, same
Yes, sir.
time?
Yes, sir.
So if you could find about 3 more girls to play golf, we could go as a team
We're
right
looking,
there.
Yeah.
When I hired Coach Hicks, that was one of our big topics was the lack of participation on our girls' side. Even when Coach Martin was here, we only had 4 girls at times or 3 girls, but that's something that he's going to focus on for sure. He's been at the school for a year. He's been able to be around the kids for a while, so he'll do a great job of that. And it's like we talked about previously, me listening to him on the driving range, he's just like Coach said, he is a teacher. He's teaching those girls mental as much as physical, that kind of stuff, and to listen to him interact with them is a great job. And I sit there and watch golf on the TV, and I'm in awe of the fact that the professionals get out of trouble so well. They have a bad shot and they minimize negative play because they do such a good job of recovering.
Yeah.
And we talked about that previously as well, watching Coach put them out there and sit bad situations. If you're like me, you play golf, you want to hit that good shot every time, but what happens when you're in a bad situation? Do you turn that par into a bogey, or do you turn it into a triple bogey? And watching Coach Jones take them out there and see them doing some of that kind of stuff is pretty cool, and then you see it on TV. But the ability to minimize a poor shot, I think, is golf. Because you're going to have bad shots.
Oh, yeah.
Is that shot going to be a 6, or is it going to turn into that snowman? Well, in Sammy Burnett's case, it usually turns into a snowman because I'm going to take the biggest club I got and try to hit it as far as I can.
Exactly.
But watching them do that, and what reason I say that is our kids, boys and girls, are learning a whole lot more about the game than just going out there and playing rounds of golf. They're learning how to be golfers, and I think you can see evidence of that. So I'm excited about what Coach Jones and Coach Hicks are doing, and what both of our girls and boys are doing. Even though we have 2 girls, they take it very seriously.
Yeah.
And they're serious about what they're trying to do. And you take John Munson. I told John on the range today, I'm going to give him a shout out. He could easily go play rounds, and coach some days, on certain days, gives them the freedom to choose what they do. I think he can answer that better than I, but he's over there working on a certain aspect of his game on the range, and then takes that to the chipping and putting and is working on that. And he's won the last 2 junior tournaments. He won the one here in Brownwood that they held at the Hideout, and he won the one in San Angelo, I think, last weekend. And like Coach was saying, I remember when John came out, he was not a golfer. Well, he is now. Let me tell you. I mean, he has worked himself into being a good golfer, and I love watching him. I mean, he's done a lot of great things. So excited about what's going on in the golf program. When we were in school, we had a real good golf team. I mean, they were playing for state a lot, so it's nice to see them back at it.
Boy, no doubt about that. Excited about the golf team, boys golf team, girls, and of course, you mentioned on Monday's show that spring football practice is underway. Had your first practice, I guess, yesterday.
Yeah,
How
we
did things go?
It went extremely well. I was excited. We had good numbers, and just getting out there again, and I'm getting to coach a little bit again instead of support and roll. I'm getting to do something, so I enjoyed that. It was a great day to be outside. Our kids were excited about it and energetic about it. And then we go in the afternoon, and we have our freshmen, and we bring our 8th graders over. We had great numbers with those guys. The 8th graders have lots of numbers. Haven't had a ton of success, but they're fixing to get coached in detail. Junior high, your experience is learn as much as we can teach you with a smaller staff, and have fun with it, so that when they get to high school, we can really start educating them and refining their craft. I tell them all the time, be a master at your craft. Whatever position that you play, be a master at it. And I see those kids, and I see the potential. And now with the coaches that they're going to get to deal with on a day in and day out basis, they're going to become a lot better. So I'm excited.
All right, that's Tuesday and Thursday?
Tuesday and Thursday. And this coming Thursday will be defensive priority day.
So is David Jones going to be a part of that?
Yes, sir.
All right, you're excited
he
about
don't get to do that.
Thursday's my day.
All right, I figured it was.
He's a doctor of defense, so.
The doctor of defense.
We've got to kind of finagle our offense and defensive days based on what coach is going to be driving to the track meet or a golf course or whatever. So
yeah,
it's a little juggling act, but this is an exciting time for our staff. It's a kind of a rite of passage as a guy, as a kid, to be in all season where you're doing the mats and doing all these difficult things, and then to progress to the portion where we go outside and do football. It's an exciting time for the kids and the coaches.
They don't like the mats.
No.
And when you do that from November to December on into now, it becomes a grind for everybody. I mean, coaches are coaching hard. That's where you build your mentality is on the mats and your toughness. And now to see that translate out onto the field is going to be neat.
All right, I'm excited about that. Spring football, and of course a lot of stuff going on this weekend, and man, we'll be out and about. Of course, baseball at Gatesville again on Friday night. See if the Lions can keep it rolling in district.
That's right.
Oh man, good stuff today, Coach. Is there anything sports-wise or otherwise?
No,
of course, we want to give a shout-out to Dallas.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's give a shout-out to Dallas. Got to speak with Linda a little bit. Very positive. I know things are, he's in God's hands, and he knows that as well as anybody, and it's all going to be okay. He's going to come through this, and he's going to be better off for it. His health's going to be better, and I'm looking forward to seeing him again. We love you, and you're in our prayers.
Absolutely. Thank you for those great words, and Dallas, hope you're behind the microphone again soon.
Amen.
All right, David Jones, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Carl.
I got a little extra tidbit.
All right, well, lay it on
I'll
us.
throw in there. Speaking of Dallas, like I said, I got to speak with Kurt Whitehead, who is Ace's father.
Yeah.
And I didn't know this, but he lived in Bangs for a while.
Really?
And I even got a little more bitter when he told me that he tried to buy a business here and was going to move here. and wants to move here. And I was like, oh, it'd have been nice to have your son. But he told me it was neat. We started talking about Dallas, and I informed him, pray for him. He's, he broke his hip and he's gone through that surgery, and now he's going to go through some heart surgery stuff. And so just keep me in your prayers. And he said, man, I always dreamt of, heck, I'm going to get emotional. He said, I always dreamt of listening to him call my name.
Wow.
And he said, what an honor was it all these years later to hear him call my son's name. And he said, I go back and listen to that game because I listened to Dallas Houston and that magical voice talk about my son.
That's a funny story because our first football game, we go to Lampasas before Dallas got COVID. We do the game. I heard from a couple of his kinfolks who listened to the game on the internet and said that was a big thrill for them. And he's got cousins in this area. Eric Summers that officiates is a cousin of Ace Whitehead's.
Yeah.
So they were very appreciative. So they got to hear Dallas call his
It just
name.
shows you the impact that he's made. And people like Coach Jones and myself take it for granted.
Yeah.
Because that was just part of our life. It's been a part of our life for our whole life, But to listen to a man that lived in the area that just dreamt of hearing his name said by Dallas Houston, the legendary voice, and then having the opportunity for his son, it was pretty neat.
Yeah, we called his name a few times.
Yeah, did we?
It seems like a great kid, great folks. He's not as big as what I thought he was. He's about 5'9", 5'10", but he's going to UT to play baseball, and I think he'll do well.
Yep.
I think he'll do very good. All right, Coach.
He's also been accepted into the McCombs School of Business, so he is a well-rounded young man. His dad told me last night, he said, Coach, let me tell you something. If that boy needed his butt busted, I'd do it. He said, but I've never had to whip that boy one time. He said he just does. He's a blessing. He said he just does what he's supposed to. And he's a very humble kid.
Yeah, you got to root for kids like that.
Got to.
All right, Coach, great stuff today, and thank you for those great words on Dallas. Anything else?
Let's thank those that make this show possible. Auto Glass Magic, Avalon Custom Homes, Brunner Auto Group, Syntex Body and Paint, Syntex Equipment Sales, Citizens National Bank, Dan Hill Containers, Dr. Bon Young, Dr. Pepper Bonding Company, Edward Jones Investments, Hendrick Medical, that always catches me, Howie Enterprises, Humphrey Pete's, Landmark Life, MC Bank, Painter Johnson Associates, Smith & Sharp Agency, Sonic Drive-In, Stanley Chrysler, Texas Bank, Weldon Wilson Electric, Western Bank, and Willie's Tees.
All right. Thank you, Coach Sammy Burnett. Thank you, Coach Jones. We will see you on Monday.
You bet. Have a great day, Brownwood.
All right, that's the Brownwood Lions Coaches Show every Monday and Wednesday at this time here on 101.3 KOXC and, of course, on your mobile app and worldwide at KOXC.com.